Alright, so today, different topic from last time. Last time I kind of just went over BMT. Today I'm going to talk about how I went through BMT and kind of my story. I actually had a pretty rough time getting told, I don't want to say depressing things, but things that tear people down. So we get there, right? First few weeks go by. You have your first week PT test. That's first Saturday. And then, I did completely fine. I think I got a 100 on it. Nothing big. I expected to do that. And then coming up, it was the next test you have is a 3-week. I started feeling like I had shin splints, kind of. And at the time, I thought shin splints were like a thing, like a confirmed thing. So I keep just running through, and I'm like, it's going to be fine, whatever. Every single time I've done this before, every single time I run, I just keep running, and pain goes away. So I was like, all right, nothing new. So come my 3-week PT test, I'm the day before my PT test, I'm almost in complete tears after a run day. Or it was 2 days before or something like that. I'm almost in complete tears after a run day. And I knew my pain was getting worse, but I was like, I'm just going to tough it through. Because I heard if you pass a 3-week PT eval and you get on crutches or anything, as long as you're cleared for beast, you can still pass. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do my 3-week PT eval. So I do it, and I did not great. I think in total, push-ups, sit-ups wise, I did completely fine. Got Warhawk levels. And then run, first time I ran, I got like a 9:30 or something like that. And then the second time I ran, I got an 11:20. So, and I'm telling you, like, as soon as I took off and put pressure on my legs, it was straight pain, shooting pain through my legs. But I toughed it through and I finished it. And then that day, went to the Viper Clinic and got Xrays done, blah, blah, blah. And they basically, while I was there, before they got my Xrays back, I was put on an elevator waiver, basically told to do no physical exercise and everything as of that. And then I go, I think it was 3 days, and I go back in for a checkup, but they have my X-rays. And then on my X-rays, I figure out I have fractures in both my legs and both of my knees, and actually they're really bad. Basically what I was told is vitamin D, calcium levels were super, super low, so my bones were kind of deteriorating on themselves. So when the pressure from my legs could no longer support itself, it started putting on the knees and then hurting my knees, creating fractures. So that was really bad. They actually wanted to put me in a wheelchair. What the doctors recommended is they wanted to put me in a wheelchair and put me in med hold. And I wouldn't even be here now. I'd still be in BMT waiting, whether it would be surgery, discharge, or something. I don't know. Because it was that bad. So what happened was one of the doctors, or a major, said, he was like, I want to give you crutches for a week and see how that works. So they put me on crutches, gave me bed rest that weekend. Then I have bed rest that weekend. I stay off my legs. I'm on the crutches as much as I possibly can. And it's not a good experience, actually. It's pretty depressing getting that. Because at this time, I also figured out I have hearing loss, so I got disqualified from my current job. But anyway, that's another story for another time. But I'm on these crutches from week 3 until week 6. I'm on crutches. And during the time, we had another person, Kaylin McCarty, who was my bedmate, like the person next to me in bed. All right, that's kind of weird. The section next to me, he was the bed over for both times when we switched beds. And he was on crutches too with me, and then he actually, sadly, he got put in med hold. So right as I was about to be put into, so I was like, this is it. I'm going to. So what happens is I go in for. Actually, I didn't even have a checkup on this day. I go in. I got called in for some reason, and they basically say, you're going to either take your run test, because it was the end of week 6, and you go to beast on week 7, so you have to be cleared for beast because it's mandatory. And I also got cleared for Seaburn. You have to be cleared for Seaburn too. So I was off my crutches for Seaburn, but then, so beginning of week 6, I was off them. But my pain was still super bad. I wasn't going to tell anybody because I was like, this is what I have to do. I was hoping they'd take my week 3 test, and then I wouldn't have to test week 6, and then I could just go to beast. So I get off the crutches, and what did I do? Oh, go Seaburn, and then comes this Friday before beast. Damn. And what they tell me is that I have to test either that Saturday or I'm getting washed. So I go to the main Viper Clinic, and I take a run test on a treadmill for 15 minutes. Worst pain of my life on this treadmill. And I toughed through it. I told them I was feeling no pain, and I tested the next day, and I got legitimately the same exact score I got the first time on the PT test. So I go to beast, and the whole time at Beast, I'm in terrible pain. And I know the end is near. I just have to get through Beast. I was like, as soon as I get through Beast, it will be completely fine. I'm going to get out of here, and then I'll handle it after that. So what do? I just did that, and that brings us to here where my legs are still in pain, and everything like that. So I just want to say, kind of a side note for anybody going through BMT, if you feel that pain, go to Reed or Viper early. Get it figured out early, so then you don't have to get screwed like I did later on. And don't have to worry about that, because it's very depressing, and it is very, like, it drags you down a lot, thinking that, you know, any day you could be sent away, and then it's not like you get your phone or anything. You get sent away, and you have no freedoms. So, just quick story. Yeah, like I said, if you have a problem, actually talk about it and get it done and fix it quick before it gets worse, because mine got worse because I kept running on it. There's other stories to come with that, and maybe I'll tell them there's funny stories. I'll tell my hearing loss story, too, because that was pretty funny about it. So, hope you guys enjoyed this little story. Take it easy. Peace.